class we are talking about breast cancer data set. In this we are having 32 columns. You can go to this क्या कहते हैं website link, web page link actually. Over there you can just go and download it. Just one brief. Benign and malignant means benign means not dangerous. Malignant means those cancer cells or cells which can multiply themselves and found to be dangerous for a person. Right. So once you download the data set, guys, let's continue with the class. Formality over. Okay. So this is how. See, I have already prepared the code. Reason being, if we try to do in front right now, it will take too much time. And definitely, you guys know the code now because we have already done 3 projects, 2 or 3. So I'll explain each and every line of the code. But if I start typing, it will take time. So what I thought, it's fine. So create a IPYNB file, create a folder, paste data over there, right, and create one IPYNB file. Once you are done, just raise your hand. Once you are done with this part, just raise your hand. Arey, okay, nice. Okay. Those who are raising hand, no, just meet me in person. I'll kill you all. Okay. So once you downloaded the dataset and you have created a folder over here, you can name it anything. But in my case, I am just giving because I should not get confused in future if I am giving you some another project in the SVM only. That's why I gave a name. Better you also gave a name. And in data, what I have, that data.csv, what you guys just downloaded. Okay. Do one thing. Okay, we'll do later. Just a second. Don't do anything. Just don't do anything. I'm telling you guys, don't do anything. Just watch right now. First, we'll be importing all the libraries, right? So I'll put over here importing libraries. Modules, whatever you say. Select the environment, whatever you want. If you want to use Python environment, click on it. Whatever you want to choose, 3.10.5 is the optimal one, which supports all OpenCV also, TensorFlow also. So I use this for my every project mostly, until unless the high version required. Else you can use whatever you have installed, no issues at all. If it is showing 3.13, 3.12, 3.11, that is also fine. You can take anything, it will work. Right. So just import pandas, pd, numpy, np, matplotlib, .pyplot as plt, shift enter to run. And again over here from sklearn, that is nothing but scikit-learn. We are see machine learning module for Python. This is nothing but whenever you hover your mouse pointer to a library, it will tell you about how it is, what it is all about. For example, if I want to understand what is model selection, just put it over there. So okay, it's not giving. Okay, if you click generate docs, so I think something will be happen. I don't know. From sklearn is a popular machine learning library in that provide. Leave it over here from sklearn. So from scikit-learn we are importing model selection. Which model okay, for which what I am importing from model selection is train text split. From pre-processing I am importing standard scaler and label encoder. Right. If you want it, you can encode like import if you want to encode any date in column. Then support vector machine I am calling from SVM, and metrics, accuracy score, confusion matrix, and classification report. We have seen all this. Just this is new thing for you guys. This is the new thing for you. Right. Once you are done with this, we will read our data into data frame. Right. So yeah, make sure to place the file correctly, because if you are putting, why I keep put this comment over here, if in case you are putting notebook in another and data in another folder, and if you click copy relative path, and if you paste relative path, it will give you an error which was occurred in the last of our class, right? So if you are having another folder, you just click on it, just copy the actual path, copy path, okay, and paste into this pd.read CSV, telling the pandas to read the CSV file over the address what we are giving it, right? And we are then printing the head of it. Put shift enter, you will get something like this. Hold guys, hold. Well, you guys can continue. I'm just checking. Okay, okay, fine. This is the raw data only. Diagnosis is malignant, 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 malignant based on the these parameters, whatever the patient had, right? So we are seeing this ID column is also there. Fine, no issues. We'll take it. Once you are completed till here, just let me know, my dear brothers and sisters. Now let me know. Okay, I'll wait for everybody to finish now. 16 on 9. Okay. If it is cross 11, I'll go back. 14, 14 and 5. 5 students still left. Those who are left, kindly do it right now. Apart from all the jokes. Okay, great. If anybody facing any kind of issue, now raise your hand. I'll show you the code. Okay, I'll stop sharing. I'll stop sharing now. I'll present something else directly that window, such that if I come over here, you guys won't get disturbed. I think so. This is visible now. Put a thumbs up if it is visible to you guys. Fine, fine. Yeah. If anybody having issue, should I continue? If no, put a thumbs down. If you want me to wait, put a thumbs down. Okay, guys, let's continue. Sorry. Over here. Then we'll print the save missing values. The basic thing what we have done in the last class. Same code I had just copied from there only. So over here you can see unnamed 32. Everybody getting this? How many of you are getting this? Raise your hand if you are getting this. Out of 16, 7 out of 16. 8. 16 minus 2, that is 14, 14, 9 out of 14. At least 10 I need. Nice. Okay. Now guys, I am telling, see. Anybody wants to tell what is the reason for this? Anybody who knows the reason? Or tell me why it is coming like this. Anybody? See guys, those who are watching a recorded video, I am eating right now, simultaneously teaching. So, yeah. Tell me guys, why it is unnamed 32? Anybody? I will give you one hint. Go check this data.csv. Go check this data.csv. This data.csv. Something is there from here only. If you figure it out, just let me know. Those who are watching on the YouTube also, just check what is that thing that is making. See, I'll give you one more hint. This is all are the name of the column, right? For example, ID, diagnosis and everything. So what is this? Now I gave you the hint. I gave you the where to find. Now tell me. The person who will tell me no will work with me on some project. Okay guys, I'll leave it.
There is 32 some kind of attribute over here.
Type of attribute what? Explain it properly. Okay, I'll continue guys because everybody time is important. See, unnamed 32. first of all, which type of data format we have? .csv. CSV stands for comma separated values, right? Separated values. Now the point is, if you do, let's say we'll do df.info also. What we are getting? The list of the column names. That is the same ID diagnosis and something whatever. Click on scrollable element to get insights of like to check the in between data also. Now if you see, we are getting one 30-second column with name unnamed. Now okay, we'll go back to our data set, data.csv. See, the first row is telling about the column name, right? ID diagnosis radius mean. If you want to check, you can check over here, ID diagnosis radius mean. So we'll go at the end. Okay, the 30th column. See, for everybody, go to data.csv. Over there, you will find one comma. What this is telling to the pandas is ki whatever I have stored is a comma separated value. Means everything is just separated by a comma. As you can see over here, comma. One parameter is separated by one comma. Again, area SC is separated by a comma, right? Similarly, if you are putting a comma at the end, this will store like something ki there is one more column over here. That what means like putting an extra column. If you put a column, that means this is the 30-second column. 30-second, yes. If you remove this comma, now put shift enter. Not shift enter, sorry guys. Put control S to save this file. Right, by removing this comma. Now come over here. Put run df.info again. Shift enter. I think so. You should run all, not again this. Run all. Click on run all. Reason being, why bhaiya I put this df.info, it should be updated. No brother, because you have read your CSV file and stored into a data frame. Now whatever you are doing is reading the data frame, not the CSV file. Your CSV file is safe, right? So that's why you have to again read this. Either you just put shift enter over here to read the CSV data again into the DF. Now if you put df.info again, shift enter, here you will find that 30-second column will be vanished. Now you got the reason why, because it was a CSV file and there was an extra comma which was telling the compiler that pandas that there is one more column extra. That's why it is giving is unnamed. Is it clear, everybody? So every time you should check your data. Is there any empty column? Is there any empty rows? So everything. Any doubt, guys, till here? Anybody want me to explain something?
What is the reason for formation of these empty columns?
Reason for formation of the empty columns. Nothing but go on data.csv. Meanwhile, if I am doing something, like if I am preparing this data, I wrongly or I क्या कहते हैं उसको गलती से I might make a mistakenly or something. I can put this column commas or something, one extra mistake by a data operator. Now if I save this file and if I not run all again, this will be an issue because I want to show something else. Now see this. You're watching now 37 unnamed column. If you click on scrollable element, that comma defines a column, and over there, due to a human mistake, you have created unwanted columns. You got the answer, Zibran?
Yes, bhaiya, but now we just downloaded it, right? We didn't change it anything. So if it is like जब download किया, if it's available or present there, तब से then.
नहीं, हिंदी में बोलो, फिर से बोलो, मैं समझा नहीं, फिर से बोलो.
Now अभी हमने download कर लिया, तभी से वो present है comma, like we didn't put the comma. It's not a human error, right?
It's a human error. Actually, it's a human error. Those who have uploaded that file was a human. ये हर बार नहीं होता. This won't happen every time, guys. This doesn't happen automatically. Either the person who have created the data set did put the extra column or had kept the extra column over here. That is human error I'm talking about, those who have prepared this data set. Now you got the point, Zibran.
Yes, bhaiya, got it. Yes, got it.
Now put control S again. Just a second, guys. Is it done by mistake or it is internally done for some reason? That you have to know by yourself. That you have to know by yourself. Intentionally, see, there is no meaning of putting an extra column. See, guys, I'll tell you something. My screen is visible, right? How to remove in Excel? I think so. I should teach Excel first before teaching you guys this part. See, let's say this is a basic Excel format, right? This is how Excel format looks like. Okay, here in my computer it is showing G and 22, right? That means if I save this right now, I'll get only the values in the column. Sorry, the column will be till G, the rows will be till 22. But if in case, if you go for this, right now you can ask your brother, right now it is having a lot of this part. Array, okay, I got it. Huh. See over here, Z over here, and in MS Excel, I think so MS Excel we call it, you'll find that Z and some extra multiple, I don't know, in lakhs you have rows and in thousands you have column. So the point is, if you type something like say name over here, name, class, section, role, phone. See right now I have some parameters till E, like 5 attributes I am having, and over here name Amitabh, put something 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 something, and again over here Thakur or something. Now I have 3 instances and some data in some columns, right? Now if I export it right now, download it, see there is 3-4 options. First is .xlsx. Bole to this file, if you download in this file, you will be able to see all of the columns and rows, right? That is an Excel file. But if you download CSV, it will only take till E. I'll show you, if possible I'll show you right now. Yeah, see, I got only these columns which were the data having, the columns and rows which were having the data. So that is the importance of CSV. CSV just selects the column and row. See over here, E and 3. Right over here, you can see over, like cross-check over here, E and 3. E columns, E number of columns, and 3 number of rows. Right? Is it clear? Vaibhav? How? Sorry, Likhit. Is it done by mistake or it's intentionally done for some reason? I don't know, bro. Again, for the answer is same. It might be mistake because if somebody is preparing a data set, he definitely won't put a extra column. For example, leave it, the class will go a lot way. Okay, if you put, let's say over here, I'll put address. See, I'm over just putting a blank column, ADDRESS, if the spelling is correct. Right, now I'll put something, anything BLR and IND. Right, and one row I am intentionally leaving it blank, and one column I am leaving intentionally blank. Now if I convert this into a CSV file, now let's see. See, I am getting an intentional extra space, right? So this can be a human error also, but if somebody is putting intentionally, then that is the work of EDA to do the exploratory data analysis and remove unnecessary CSV, because you don't need an extra column while you are doing analysis or training a model. Right, guys? Any doubt till here, my dear friends? Likhit, is it clear now? Okay guys, now we'll check for the shape. Shape nothing but how many rows, how many columns do we have, right? So df dot shape we use. So either you can use the print statement like we did in the last project also, or you just remove and just put it like this. That is also fine. Still you will, just a second. Shape, okay, 569.32. And over here if you print missing values, so let's check missing values. id have 0 missing values. Now if you check 0, earlier there was 32 unnamed row, unnamed column, and 569 were showing, right? Now that is not okay. Missing value was null. Now we'll check the information of the data again, same thing. That's why I kept 2 times of dot info, first for the with 32 column, second for the without 32nd column. Right, over here we'll check for the data type also. Every data type, oh my god, diagnosis is object. Okay, one end counted. This is integer, float, 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 float. So only one object. Okay guys, no issues. We'll do. So what is the process to convert an object into integer or float? What do we call that process? Anybody? What do we call that process? Encoding. Okay. Proper name. You're correct, but proper name. There is one more word, Vigneshwaran. You are missing one more word. Okay. Okay. Fine. So let's start with the diagnosis part. So we want to convert into an object to a column, object into a integer or float. So this is the what I am using the mapping function. I'm not including this label encoding. I'm manually doing this part. Reason being, if just learn this concept also. If I use label encoder, it will convert m to 1. No, it will convert m to 0 and b to 1. Reason being, whatever comes alphabetically first, it will map it as 0. Okay, correct. So you can use label encoding also. At that time I might be drunk, that's why I did this. Else you can use label encoding also, not a big issue. So whatever comes with alphabetically order, no, it will organize. For example, if it was not malignant or benign, let's say it was something or else like Z or something, so the Z will be given the last value will be given to the Z. Let's say some Z was there, let's say put Z over here, and then one more, let's say L. So if you have L, Z, B and M, so how label encoding will be will encode it, label encoder. B will give in 0. B के बाद क्या था? What comes after B? L. For L it will give 1. Then for M it will give 2, and for the Z it will give 3. Right. So according to the alphabetical precedence, you can call, it will be the ordering will be given, right, by the label encoder. So sometimes you just don't need it. Like, it's up to you. It's not necessary you have to use label encoder. You can't, without label encoder you can't do, but you can do. Not a big issue. Right. So why I'm using M not malignant? Because as you see over here, df.diagnosis, if you put df.diagnosis, I'm calling this column, I'm checking this column, the diagnosis column, the values of the diagnosis column over here, no, all are in M, like blue, light blue color. Same thing I'm calling over here, df.diagnosis. So what I'm getting, M, and 1b is there. So if I want to check how many unique values are there, so I can put n unique. So it will give me how many number of unique values, right? If I put df.value count, so it will give me now category and the value count. See, I'll show if remove this, do this. So I'm getting n unique 2, but if I put value count, I'll get the category name as साथ ही साथ, as well as how many values are present for that category, right? Is it clear, guys, till here? Put a thumbs up if this is clear. Raise your hand if everybody coded till here, like coded, like performed the operations till here. Those who have performed the operations till here. Nice, nice, nice. No problem. Not at all.
Um, yeah,
Ah,
I did that encoding thing, but it stays n unique is zero for me. Even if I do DFL diagnosis, I'm just getting NAN.
sorry, sorry. What you are getting? Tell me.
Like
Show me your screen, no?
I'm not okay. Just a second. Um, I'll have to join from my laptop. Just a second.
Okay, then we will discuss it later if you want. Okay, right. We'll wait for 5 minutes. Let me complete. Then we'll handle Zipran. Right. Else everybody will be waiting now. So,
Yeah, bhaiya, no problem.
uh, somebody asked the question. What was the question? I forgot. Webhub. What would be the problem if it's M as 0 and B as 1? No problem, brother. Not at all issue. Not at all. If you want to put it 0, you can put it 0. If you want to put it 1, you can put it 1. No issues at all. It's up to you what number you want to assign. Why we assign 0 alphabetically? Because you can put anything if you want. And one more thing. Sorry. One more thing. You ask no. Okay. See, if क्या कहते हैं मैं भूल रहा हूँ 0 1. See, in the computer term, we call 0 as false and 1 as true. Now, it might be possible कि today you are working on this file. Tomorrow, somebody else is gonna use the same file, right? So, is it bet? It will be better if you use a basic standard, like we have standards unit for kilometer scale, units we have. Similarly, if you use a particular way of writing code, that will be better for him. So everybody knows zeros for false, one for true, right? We are talking about breast cancer. So that person have breast cancer, be benign, zero false. That person don't have. Does this person is having a breast cancer? Yes, true. That's why mostly you will use 0 as for false, 1 for true. Let's say for heart patient also, if that person is heart patient, so if the case is true, you'll use 1. If that person don't have heart disease, then you'll use 0. That is the basic standard, such that if somebody else, a new coder comes tomorrow and wants to check, that's why I use map function mostly. For example, if you want to map gender male and female, if you want to sorry, map gender like male to 1 and female to 0. Over here you can see you can use label encoder because F comes first before M, right? So you can use label encoder. But I want female to be 1 and male to be 0. Might be a problem statement, or my data set will be look like this. So in that case you can use dot map function to select by your own, like how you want. Over here you can choose anything, but if you use label encoder, then you have to then you have to then you have to if you use label encoder, then the data set will be, the mapping will be alphabetical, will be done automatically in alphabetical order, right? That's why you should know mapping function, and you can use anything, no issues, right? So if I check diagnosis have n unique as two different categories. I have values, different type of values are present in diagnosis. And what are those values? B and M with the name count 357 and 212, right? And I forgot to import C1 over here, so that's what I am importing it over. So no issues, you can import it anyway, right? So if if you do this part now, is it clear? My first and always favorite question, is this clear? How many of you are clear with this concept till now? Like this concept is clear to you all? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Okay, still some 3 students are not answering. 2 students now. Now count is 11. Still 2 students are not there. 1. Now the counting goes to 1. Okay. Might be imposter. Right. So okay, we are giving the figure size, and what we are plotting, we are checking the distribution. What I got over here, no, I'll just visualize it such that it is easy to understand for you also. Put it, shift enter, you will get benign or malignant. Right. Same way, I'll do the feature correlation heat map. Correlation heat map will help me. Correlation heat map. Why we plot correlation heat map, guys? Correlation matrix. Why we plot?
To know which data is dependent on which feature is dependent on each other the most.
Okay. Yeah, okay. This is one more concept. We'll teach you later. It's not needed right now. Say automatically it is telling no, if 2 features are highly correlated, then we can drop one of them to avoid multi-colline. It's fine. Right now we don't need. Okay, I didn't run this command, so it is not mapped. I'll run this first. So M21 B20. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. I can run this. This is still the same thing. Oh, just a second. It got reversed, right, guys?
Yes, we are.
Yes. Now we will see one thing. What we have mapped, M as 1, B as 0. Over here also B as 0 and 1 as malignant. Okay. Okay, then this is now correct. Earlier it was wrong. Fine. We can continue. So again, this format you should specify, because right now I forgot to specify while doing this. I was doing this part. So, अरे यार ये तो अजब ही हो रहा है. अच्छा, हाँ, fine. Yeah, correct. See over here, if you don't give that command, format is equal to fmt is equal to 0.02f. So what it will give? It will give something like this also. 96e to the power minus, like it is in 0.000096. It's that value, right? Somewhere you will find single digit, somewhere you find triple digit. So to avoid this conjunction, you just put format is equal to fmt is equal to 0.2f or .2f is also fine. Let's put this into places. Array. 0.2f, yes. So now if you check, everything is till like the data is now same, and those which was earlier 0.000.9 something, like 0.40 then 9, now it is 0. Similarly, this is the way you should use, else you will get confused. Right. So this is the heat map, and how to read a heat map I'll tell you in short. If you see a neutral color like this one, this over here right side 0.0, the color, check for this color. You can change the color over here. Cool one. There are multiple color if you want to change to something else. I forgot, but there was a way. I didn't do this one. क्या कहते हैं? SMS dot palettes. If you put shift enter, somewhere it was not. forgot. Just a second. I'll check on internet now. Simple सी बात है. How to save palettes, art color, resin, SNS light, cool warm. Okay, I got something. If you use color palette, and if you remove this part, and if you put this, and now you call color palette, so you will get the list. Abbe, see, this we got already now. Object is not okay. We are not getting any list over here. Something it was there. I forgot, guys. Okay, leave it right now. Okay, I have one rocket. I mean, I got one thing that is known as a rocket. Control A. C map. Rocket. This is looking pretty damn good. But it is just inverse. Like all the least correlated are purple. The most correlated are yellow. So we'll check for another flare. No, crest. Crest is better. I'm liking crest now. I'll go over here. We'll put CREST. So this is another color which you can use. Change it to the flare also. Fine. So whatever you want, based on your favorite color, you can choose. There was a way I showed in. I forgot that way. To check, it will give you the list of all the palettes. Then you have spectral also. Then you have ice fire. One is ice fire and one is black. We'll check ice fire and black. We'll continue that. Shift enter. This is ice fire and I'm literally hitting it. So let's change to something else. It's more likely gaming, no? And one more was there. I forgot the name. Black. V-Lag. 90s heat map. Okay. Now let's go to the next part. We'll check for the same thing, distribution again. And here is the distribution, how much it is distributed, like 62%. What we have calculated, no, same thing. That we just use the value count function and multiply it to the 100. Okay. Value count and normalize karna. Normalize karna matlab 0 point something. It will come what we have done in the calculator part, no. That it will be done using normalize function, and if you multiply by 100, you will get the output. Like 62% benign and 37% malignant. That's fine. Then numerical features. So we have diagnosis as numerical features, but we removed it. Right? No diagnosis. df.drop.diagnosis columns. Okay. If you remove this also, this doesn't change. df.columns. Put df.columns. It's okay. Anybody can tell me what does this plot name for? Just a second, what it is giving error? Subplot. Okay. Okay. Anybody tell me what I have done over here? Yeah, continue. Somebody want to. मैं ये चाहता हूँ that X.
Here you have run a loop across all the columns so that we can the loop will get each and every column with respect to each other.
Bro, you are very good in guitar playing. How many of you are listening to this guitar? How many felt this is a guitar? Zero, I am not making fun, but yeah, actually your voice was breaking. So, is what breaking for me or everybody? Because my network is also bad sometimes.
Is it clear now?
Solpa, solpa, brother. Solpa, solpa. Like, little, little. Okay, well, huh.
Yeah, Bhaiya, I was saying
Uh-huh.
you have run loop across all the columns. So they will generate the graph of each other with respect to the other, like one column with respect to the other row.
Correct, correct. That is nearly correct, not 100%. Okay, try to check. I have just plotted the distribution of the column, right, with related to diagnosis. Okay, how it is distributed according to the diagnosis part. For distribution of ID, how it is distributed. The univariate analysis I'm doing over here. I'll write over here. Univariate analysis. Right, and that is univariate analysis for every distribution of this distribution of this will help you to check how your data is it skewed, is it normalized, or which type of data is present. So mostly you can see most data are from 0 to 0.1, and we definitely don't know, so we will not hamper the data. We'll just continue our part until unless you want to become an expert. If you become expert for this data, then definitely you can do whatever you want. Mostly the data which are normalized performs very well as compared to the skewed data. But see, for example, no, most, if you are having 500 people data set, and out of that 400 are 300 are having uh, diabetes and 200 are not having diabetes, means if you plot it now, no, it will be skewed, it will be not normalized. So that's the concept. So that's why I'm not hampering the data right now. Okay, well, now the box plot is mainly for the your outlier analysis. Out, or outlier analysis, outlier detection. Why it is giving numerical feature? Okay, diagnostics. See, this is your box plot. Box plot gives you how a data have outliers in it, right? So again, we don't know about something, so we'll leave it because I don't know about what is texture was, what is concavity, compactness, concave points. I don't know. So, okay, pair plot. This will take time. What is pair plot? Pair plot is nothing but your bivariate analysis. If you do, so wait for around 1 minute. It will take time. It will plot. How many of you are done till here? How many of you are like completed till here? Raise your hand. Out of 12, I'll check. 4, 6, 5, 6. Only 6 out of 12. Why, guys? Where are you left behind? Like, where are you guys? What's the problem? 7 out of 14. Like, 14 means 12. 12 means 5 people still. Who is facing problem? Samskruti is not there. Sarah. Sarah, are you facing any problem? Then, Nan, of course, he done. He did. No, so you should. Like, you're facing problem, yes or no? Like, if thumbs down means no, or thumbs down means yes, I'm facing problem. Put it into chat and raise your hand if you have not done like kuch nahi yaar, chodo. Let's complete the part. We'll wind up soon now. No prob. No prob. All right, no prob. So it will take some time, guys. Till then, I'll explain rest of the codes. See over here, what I'm taking. Okay, I'm dropping the again the same concept of last what I have taught in the naive bias. Okay, over there, I just dropped the last target column. That was the diagnosis column, and for Y also I dropped. I just took the diagnosis column. X test, Y test, X train, Y train. Do you guys remember on the last class what I have shown in the this one I'm talking about? Yeah. If you remember, just put a thumbs up. Then I won't show it. I'll continue. Nice. Only two guys. Expected. Is this visible? Put a thumbs up. Anybody? Ah, fine. Hey, here it went down. Do I have to teach it again? Okay, guys. No issue. Just give me a second. I will tell you. Because I have ready. I have kept ready my tablet for this. Where is pen? See, guys. What I'm talking about is this. See, let's say this is your data set. I'm revising it because many of you might not know this. If this is your data frame, if this is your data frame DF, so these are rows, these are rows, these are rows, and these are columns, 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 columns. Right. Now the point is, okay, in these columns, this is C1, C2, C3, C4, and this might be our target column. Target in our case, this is diagnosis. In this case, diagnosis. Right. This is ID somewhere. Some extra columns are there. So what I'm telling, and these are the rows: first patient, second patient, third patient, and dot 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 dot. What I'm telling, x to be x is equal to df dot drop, and I'm passing the column name. Columns is equal to whatever the column I am giving. Diagnosis. Right. So what it is happening कि x में जो है df जा रहा है, x is see, to show you the code. किधर गया code? हाँ, एक सेकेंड ना. I should stop this and share screen. See over here. Yeah, we got a pair plot. We'll discuss about it later. X is equal to df dot drop diagnosis x is equal to 1. So we are dropping diagnosis column, and whatever rest is there, we are having in our x. Means we are dropping this column, we are dropping this column, okay, and storing it into x. Means x will have everything similar to this, everything similar. So if it is similar, I can select it. But not the last column. Means which look like this. Everything will be having same, but last column will not be considered. Right, that is x. And what is y over here? Y is only df dot diagnosis. बोले तो क्या कि the last column which we just dropped it, no, which we made this separate, just we are taking it into y. So y, what is y over here? Y is having only the last column. That is diagnosis, and the values stored in it with all the rows. Now is this clear, guys? What is x and y? Over here, x is equal to df dot drop diagnosis, and y is equal to df diagnosis. Same thing, either you can use this also. Target variable, we call it target variable, but you can put df dot diagnosis also. This is also fine, same thing. So, and what we are doing, x train, x test, y train, y test. Now see the concept of x train, x test, y train, y test. So we want to train our model, right? So model training needs two type of data. First, training data on which it will be trained, and another testing data, right? So we have to, and we have only limited data. This part we have limited data. So what we will do, we will split our data. We will split our data into two parts. That is train and test. So what are the splitting and how we will do? The first thing, for the training part, we are telling like test data will be 0.2% of whatever total data. Let's say we have 100 rows, so 20 rows will be given to test data and 80 rows will be given to the train data, right? So that is known as train test split. This is again I am teaching guys, train test split, right? So if you want to split the data, this is how you split. But how the model will work, for the training data we have two things, X train and Y train. बोले तो क्या, whatever we have selected this X, this is the whole X, right? This is the whole X, this whole data, the all 100 on 100 data. Now we will tell the computer that कि भाई take only this data. Let's say I'll select you something. This is your data. This is your data. Only this part is your data to get trained on. This will be sent to the model. कि भैया आप इसी पे train हो. You have to get trained on this data only. You don't have to go through this data. So what will happen? Okay, it will start finding the patterns on whatever the data we have, and for similarly the output of this, does the person was diagnostic or like benign or malignant. So it will try to learn based on the particular set. That is known as train set. Train, X train and Y train, right? This is not a good way of writing. X train or Y train. This is Y train and this is X train. Now our model got trained because now he has the answer key. Okay, this is how for this data, this is the case, for this data, this is the case. But if you go for the last one, this is known as test data, right? This is your test data on which the model will be tested. Okay, how is this? How is the model performing to unseen data, right? So we splitted this data. So this is known as X test. And for definitely for our model will, what it will do for the test data, it will try and it will predict something. So we call it as Y prediction, because what we are predicting Y. No, that is diagnostic prediction. We are doing diagnostic prediction. That's why Y prediction. So Y prediction will be done on X test. So X test will be given to model, ML model, whatever you're training. It will predict something. We call it as Y prediction based on the X test, right? X test. This is the X test, guys. Again, right now, again I'm telling, this is X test, this part. Based on it, it will predict something, right? How your value is. Now, Y prediction is the prediction by the model, right? So, what is the actual model? We will compare, no, to check how it is performing. For that's why we will use the rest of the model, this. We'll use this part. Sorry, this part. This part to check the accuracy of that model. Actually, how it performed. What was the actual result? This was the test, no? If we send it to get tested, now we'll compare it on the real world data. Like, not real world, like this unseen data. What is the actual result? What it has predicted and what is the actual result? So we make the comparison. We make a report, confusion matrix you can call. We prepare confusion matrix or whatever report we create based on Y test and Y prediction. Y prediction is predicted by model. Your model, what it has trained on machine learning, X train, what it has trained on X train and Y train, right? Now X test will be given to check how it is performing. Now it will give some output, right? Now that is known as Y prediction, and Y test is the actual. Okay, based on X test, this was the answer for it. So how is the model predicting and what is the actual answer? So based on this, we'll classify accuracy, ROC AOC curve, like ROC is leave it right now. Accuracy हो गया, recall हो गया, precision हो गया, F0 F1 score हो गया, Cohen-Kappa score हो गया, Cohen-Kappa score. So we check based on the comparison between Y prediction and Y test, right? Is it clear, guys? Because I just gave one more in-depth session. Is this clear? Put a thumbs up. Anybody having issue, just raise your hand if you are having issue. No, fine. Okay. Okay, that's what I am giving. X train, X test, Y train, Y test. We are splitting it in the size, test size. I am telling it test will be having 20% of the data, and train will be having 80% of the data. Random state means storing somewhere such that it will select those random points again and again. Let it how many times I run it doesn't matter, right? So scalar, I am using standard scalar. Now whatever normalization I have to do, I'll do. I'll just normalize, just a second, yeah, I'll just normalize it. That's why I'm using this, else it will take a lot of time, but okay. Then I scaled it using standard scalar. You can use min max scalar also, not a big problem. Min max scalar also, if you want to use min max scalar. Robust scalar is not required right now. So extrain scale, fit transform, and extrain scale is always sent for fit transform such that it should not leak, such that it should not leak. Okay, the information from test set to train set, yes, or train set to test set, that doesn't matter, but okay, that's why we use fit transform. We'll take another class, at that time I'll explain fit transform and transform. Okay, I'll just run this. Okay, done, green tick. Now I'm assigning one क्या कहते हैं variable, and I'm calling support vector machine. In that I'm calling kernel as RBF, robust something is there, I forgot the name. That is normally your Gaussian based, whatever we have told you, no? Okay, that's convert a 3-dimensional space, it converts your raw data into multi-dimensional. That is RBF, one of the kernel. Okay, so random state is 42. I'm again training the model, and we are just over here, this is the training one. See, X train and Y train. Based on this prediction, X test scale, whatever the X test problem is there, we're just telling the model to predict, and we are storing the output in Y prediction. Now we will check for the accuracy score in Y test and Y prediction, what I have just told you guys over here. The same concept is working over here. How? We are training the model on X train and Y train. That nothing but scaled is nothing but your same, we are using the standard scale. That's why we are putting the name as scaled. Else, if you want to train, you can train. Not a big issue. But again, model will have a lot of values to go through. Okay, Y prediction is nothing but a variable where we are checking, okay, अपना जो SVM model है, how it is performing based on test part. I am giving now the test. Now I am telling the model to predict. Okay, this is the new thing for you. Now predict the output for the test part, and whatever the output it is predicting, I am storing in the Y prediction part. Now I am giving accuracy score, that is evaluation matrix, the Y test, the actual answer, and Y predicted, what the model have predicted the answer, and that I am checking it. So this is, I am running, the model is trained. Now we'll check for the accuracy, we'll print the accuracy, we'll put the confusion matrix also, in which confusion matrix everybody know, and over here I am doing nothing but just saving with file, क्या कहते हैं इसको, file operations. If you have read in Python, file operations, I'm using that only, file operations. f.write, .open, if you guys with this open this as f, this variable name, and you can put it doc also, nothing a big part. Doc, whatever text doc, whatever you want, you can put, that's not a big issue. Just put shift enter. Okay, this is how our model predicted. The accuracy is 98.25% accuracy. Guys, are you getting? This is actual 0 and predicted 0.71, means this was actually benign and it predicted benign, 71 cases. Actual malignant and it predicted malignant is 41 cases. And 2, it was benign but it predicted malignant. So that is fine, that is not a big issue. But see over here, what we are getting this, that actually it was benign but it didn't predict as malignant. Are you guys getting? Okay, this is wrong. See over here. Sorry. That person was malignant, means she was having cancer, but it's predicted 0. So if you can improve this, try to improve. So this is one of the way which I used SVM over here. Now we will do the same thing in the random forest classifier. We are just putting an estimator. This is one of the parameter we gave, a random forest classifier, and we will just go through the same thing. leave this part right now. So using random forest, we are getting accuracy as 96.49. Right, same thing, nothing else. This is your homework. An estimator I can tell right now, but I'll make this as your homework. Uh, nothing. It's shown. Nahi bhai, chhod na. What is an estimator? This is your homework. We put homework is an estimator. An estimator. Max depth, min sample split. If you want to check, you can check this. And nothing. Okay, guys. So try to find what is n estimator, what is max depth, min sample split, min sample sleeve, and using random forest, this much accuracy we got, 96 point something. And you can do feature selection also. This is how you do the feature selection, which are the foremost top 10 important features. This is out of your syllabus, but I thought to put because random forest is also used for feature selection. So remove this right now, we don't need. But and one right now, those who are present in the class, raise your hand. If you are present in the class, raise your hand. Okay, 2 people are absent in the class, but that's fine. They are meanwhile present also, meanwhile they're absent also. Okay, apart from 10, those who have raised their hand, tell me one thing. What is the one thing I missed in this whole model training part? If you are able to tell me no, definitely I'll praise you like anything. Mostly I'll send you 10 rupees, you can eat ice cream or something, but yeah, a bet for 10 rupees. The one thing which I should not have done, like I should not be doing, but I did that part. I made something wrong. I made a mistake, or I skipped a step. What is that step? Apart from dropping duplicates, standard scaling. We did scaling, brother. Feature engineering. You can do if you are expert for that. Apart from this, Likit, I have like focused multiple times over there, and I kept जानबूझ के मैंने वहाँ पे एक cell रखा था. I have kept forcefully one cell in the VS Code file over there, IPYNB file. Then I didn't executed it. Now I'm giving this much of hint. मैंने कई बार उसका नाम लिया. I talked about it multiple times. Say anything, whatever you guys getting, just put it. Pair plot. Okay, pair plot we did, but we didn't discuss. That's a different thing. That is nothing but your pair plot means, as per the name suggests, pair one with another. यानी bivariate analysis. Bivariate मतलब कि we are plotting the distribution of each column with the diagnosis column. Dropping non-correlated features. Okay, which are the non-correlated features, for example? You're somewhat clear, but okay, closer, but not to the point. Anybody? Zebran? The person who like Sara, Deepika, Pragna, Likhit, Aniket, Aditya, Ashwarya, Nayan, Vaibhav, Vigneshwar. Anybody? Raise your hand if you're not getting. Like if you're done with your trying. You have sorry. Raise your hand now if you're done with your trying. Okay, I'll tell and I'll give this as your homework. You guys go and do that part. The part was this ID. There is no need of ID column, and we are training, and you can see we did the scaling part for this ID one. If we use standard scale it, so definitely it will be not impacting that much, but our machine learning model doesn't need this, and we still gave it to it. So what we have to do, and what I was talking about, I forcefully kept a cell. I'll show you guys. I thought to discuss, but I then thought to remove. मैं यहीं पे बोलने वाला था कि bro df.id we don't need, so we will be dropping it, but I didn't executed it. See, no green tick. So now it's your time to go home and execute one command that is nothing but df.drop duplicates also, and apart in place is equal to true, and df.drop column unnamed 32, or remove this because we have already dropped it, id. Now just I'll just execute it. I'll not show you the result. Okay, let's do it now. Why I'm doing this much of unnecessary things. This is heat map needed. Univariate analysis. What is this one? Okay, I'm just क्या कहते हैं, putting comment to the code because we will be directly training the model. Heat map is needed. This is not needed. Okay, it's fine. It will not take too much time. Okay. Pair plot. See over here, hue I am giving diagnosis no, so I am telling that कि use the क्या कहते हैं data frame and try to क्या कहते हैं make pair plot. Pair plot means 2 column we need. First column will be your diagnosis, like second column will be diagnosis, first column will be your feature, whatever features you have. So a kind of heat map, but more likely with proper distribution. That is pair plot. This is again bivariate analysis. Okay, let's run on. Again, it doesn't change, gave a huge impact. Just let me check. Fine. It didn't give me too much impact in this. 98.25 again accuracy, and this is also having 96.49. So fine guys. So but sometime it might give you some different values if your model is thinking that as a feature. But okay, this was all from my end guys. If any doubt you can stay, else you can leave. Or how was the class? Did you understand the implementation of SVM and random forest? For the random forest you have to just import this one from SQL and ensemble, import random forest classifier, right? And an estimator is nothing but number of trees, how many we are decision trees, how many decision trees we are implementing, right? If you use one decision tree, it will take a lot of time because we have 32 features. But over here, if you put 100 of decision tree and you are giving multiple data, like splitting data into this, so there is very less chance of getting your data to be overfit, your model to be overfit. That's why we use random forest, right? So CMap you can change it to blue also. That will be better. Yeah. Okay. So did you guys understood the implementation of scalar, random forest and SVM? So indirectly we completed 2 projects indirectly, although the theme was the same, but okay. So if you have any doubt you can ask, and if you have not given any review to our website, just go and definitely guys just put a review over there in the home page only. Put a review, we need that. And that's it guys. That's it from my side.